I just recorded this entire video with the camera facing the opposite direction. So I just wasted like 40 minutes of film on that. What are you gonna do? Okay. Holy cow. Also, side note, I'll be playing the whole song at the end for you guys to hear. If you want to just hear the song, go ahead and skip to it. But I will give a little bit of background here at the beginning that I think will add another layer of depth when you're listening to the song and really help you connect with what we were going for. Okay, it all started a year ago. One of my friends at school, her name's Emma. This is Emma. Everybody say hello. Emma's great. Emma's a piano player. She's also a composer like I am. We love playing piano. We both write music, sharing our music with each other, performing each other's music. But one of the things that you need as a composer, and if you've been following the channel at all, is the concept of ideas. And I record ideas so that when I face the blank page trying to write a new song, I don't have to freak out and come up with something new, but I have all these ideas that I've been coming up with, and I can just kind of pull from which ones that I like or adapt something new. So I've been doing that for a while. Emma and I both play the piano by ear, and we do it pretty well. She does it better than I do. She's like really, really good, but she can also sight read like crazy. So what we would do is get together every Wednesday after church, and we would go to our concert hall with two grand pianos side by side, and we would sit down together, pick a key, and just take off, start playing the pianos. So we would do that like every Wednesday for weeks. And then some of our friends found out what we were doing, so they decided that they wanted to come and watch. And one day we invited a whole bunch of friends, and we said, we're gonna make this an official concert. The only thing was, we had no clue what we were gonna play. So our friends all showed up, and Emma and I started playing the pianos, and we played through a lot of ideas and tried to put on a good concert. But one of our friends pulled up a picture that she had seen and told us to come up with an idea based on that picture. But the picture itself, it's got a whole range of emotions in it, like just by the picture itself. I'll try to put it up on the screen. Look at this. Look at this picture, that's so tough. So you look at that picture and you just see the wave of emotion in it. So many different things represented, so many different stories. And that's one of the powerful things of music, is how emotional it is. But this picture carries so much emotion apart from the music. So when we thought about putting music to it, we knew we had to do it right and we had to do it well. So let's talk about the improv. What you'll notice when you start listening, it's not perfect. It takes time to develop, because you've got to think, with seeing a picture like that and playing brand new improv that's never been heard before, there are so many things that you're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out the picture itself. You're trying to figure out the meaning of the picture and also what you're trying to communicate to the audience. You're also trying to figure out each other, and you're doing all of this as you're playing the piano yourself. But you'll hear it as you listen. It only gets better as we go on, because when we start, we don't know exactly where we're going. Everything's just taking shape. But the more comfortable we get, the more beautiful it gets, and it starts to connect. And as you listen, you'll hear the moment that we click, and it all just starts to make sense and just gain some momentum, turns into this beautiful piece. So real quick, let's just break down the idea. The improv is structured more of an A-B-A. So A is the original theme, which sounds like... Yeah, that's enough. Don't want to give it away. Then B is kind of a contrast, which makes sense because as you're looking at the picture, you can see a contrast with these different stories that it's trying to tell. And then the second A section brings back the original theme, but just in a totally new light. And I think you can see each of those just by looking at the picture. And it was so cool to see that take shape as we did the improv together. One more thing is that we play with the pedal tone. So the idea of just one note pulsing through a major section of the piece. And it kind of just carries it along and carries along that idea of time, and how as time changes, so do relationships change. But it's really cool to see that connect from theme to theme. Improv is never perfect, but it is personal. And that's what makes this improv so exciting. So I hope you enjoy it as you listen. Here it is.
That was it.